Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV in conjunction with Colfax High School presents Viking pregame. A look at today's Colfax Vikings boys game. And now, Viking pregame.
Good evening and welcome to the NLWN-TV studios. Rick Olson here, and tonight we have another full night of basketball for you with a broadcast doubleheader. We'll start with live coverage of tonight's boys game from Mondovi, followed by same-day broadcast of the Viking girls taking on the Altoona Railroaders. Now, the Colfax Viking boys are trying to continue to build on their 68-62 victory over the Prairie Farm Panthers last night. Meanwhile, the Mondovi Buffaloes are also looking to get back on the winning track following their 61-50 loss to the Fall Creek Crickets last night. Now, coming up in this edition of Viking pregame, we'll take a look at tonight's matchup between the Mondovi Buffaloes and the Colfax Vikings. Then we'll get Coach Noel's perspective on tonight's game in Coach's Corner. Following that, we'll bring you all the play-by-play action of tonight's game. So it's time to get ready for some exciting high school boys basketball. All that coming up right after this brief timeout. You're tuned to Viking pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
There is a road laid out for me.
First night here, but Amy seems cool.
Leading down to the river. I am blind, but I need not see.
What do you think?
I know this road is there for me. If I'm really free, take me down to the river and walk.
Welcome back to Viking pregame, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's boys basketball game between the Mondovi Buffaloes and the Colfax Vikings as part one of our broadcast doubleheader. The Vikings are looking to stay relevant in the Dunn-St. Croix Conference race and build on their 68-62 win over the Prairie Farm Panthers last night. Now, in that game against Prairie Farm, the Vikings were led in scoring by 6'5" senior Tristan Lenz, who hit on 8 field goals for 16 points. Lenz was followed by Elijah Ensminger, who added 13 points, and Bryce Sikora, who kicked in an additional 12. Overall, the Vikings had a balanced scoring attack with 8 Vikings contributing to the scoring efforts. Thus far in the season, the Vikings are led in scoring by Ensminger, who's averaging nearly 12 points per game. He's followed by Nate Hajdukovic, who's putting up over 8 points per game. And Bryce Sikora adds another 7.5 points, while Ryan Albright chips in nearly 7 points per game. The Buffaloes are coming off a 61-50 loss at the hands of the Fall Creek Crickets. Unfortunately, we don't have any scoring numbers from that game. However, thus far in the season, the Buffaloes are led by 6'3" junior Jared Faulkner, who's averaging over 14 points per game. Other major contributors are Evan Gray and Dawson Rudd, who are averaging over 13.5 and 11 points respectively. Faulkner is also the leading rebounder for the Buffaloes, pulling down nearly 11 boards per game. Coming into tonight's game, the Vikings are averaging nearly 53 points per game, while giving up an average of almost 62. The Buffaloes are scoring 56 points per game and surrender 63. Coming up next, following this timeout, we'll get the coach's perspective as we chat with Viking head coach Mark Noel on Coach's Corner. You're tuned to Viking pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
Time now to see what the coaches have to say. It's Coach's Corner, where they look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. And now, Coach's Corner.
Once again, we're talking with Viking boys head coach Martin Knoll on Coach's Corner. And Coach, last night the Vikings started building a winning streak when they made it 2 wins in a row by knocking off the Prairie Farm Panthers 68-62 in kind of a wild game. What can you tell us about that game?
Well, we got off to an aggressive, fast start, and we built the lead by 15 at halftime. Obviously, our goal was to try to push that to 20 in the first 5 minutes of the second half. I'm not sure if we ever got to that level or not. We might have got close, but then Prairie Farm made their run, and that's kind of the game of basketball. There's runs, and they had a big run in the second half, and they tied it up. I'm not sure how much time was left in the game, and they tied it up, but that tie only lasted for about 4 seconds as Bryce pushed the ball up the court and hit a three to take that lead back, and was very happy with the boys. One to win again, like you said, second game in a row, and our 5th game out of 7 games. So I'm happy that we're stringing together some wins and starting to play well, and starting to figure out little things about ourselves.
Now, Dan and I were talking, and I guess we should give some credit to the Panthers because the Vikings, as you said, opened up a fairly commanding lead in the first half, only to have the Panthers come storming back and make that exciting finish. What does this say about the Vikings as being able to withstand that onslaught that the Panthers put forward?
Well, I think what you saw that most people maybe don't really realize is that you can put a lot of self-pressure on yourself, and the rim can get really small in a hurry. And what I was really happy with the kids is that when Prairie Farm went on their run and tied it up, there was no panic on our players' parts. They just stayed on course, stayed doing what we needed to do to win the game, execute down the stretch. And when we executed, we got really good looks. And I think in that stretch where Prairie Farm went on their run, they obviously made some shots, and that was during a stretch where we missed a lot of easy shots, I felt like.
Now, tonight, the Vikings will get back into Dunn St. Croix Conference action when they take on the Mondovi Buffaloes. The Buffaloes are 3-5 in conference play. They're only a half a game behind the Vikings. What can you tell us about the Buffaloes?
They're a team that's been kind of riddled with injuries and stuff this year. So they're, as of just in the last game or two, they've got everyone back. They've played a lot of this year without Martin and without Gray. And Gray is probably right now on paper, he's their second leading scorer. Before he got hurt, he was their leading scorer. And so they've got some of those kids back now. They've been playing a lot of these games with only 2 or 3 of their top 5 and hanging in there for as much as they can. But now they've got all back. I feel like they've got a nice team. I feel like it's going to be a really good game on the road again, obviously. And last time we had some costly turnovers late in the game that really kind of hurt us, that I think we've learned from, and hopefully we can pull this game out on the road tonight.
Well, you mentioned last time, in fact, the Vikings came up on the short end of the previous meeting with the Buffaloes, but it was close, 67-64. That was back on December 9th. How have the Vikings changed since that meeting?
Well, we've changed in the fact that we just have more experience now. We're some of the turnovers that we had early in the year, we're not having now, which you would hope all teams are probably like that. But I think we've come together a little bit more since then. And obviously right now with winning 5 of our last 7 games, I feel like our confidence is at a decent spot right now where it needs to be. And we know that if we can go and play like we're capable, that we can win this game tonight. We just got to go out there and get it done.
Now, with the game last night, so the Vikings are probably going to be maybe a little bit leg weary. How are they health-wise and overall going into this game?
Health-wise, we're good. The only one that's unhealthy is me, so that's because I eat too much pizza. Otherwise, everybody else,
That'll get us all.
Everybody else is good.
Well, Coach Noel, good luck on tonight's game. Hopefully the Vikings can notch another victory in the Dun St. Croix Conference.
I appreciate it. Thank you, and go Vikings.
You've been listening to Coach's Corner, with a look at tonight's game from the coach's point of view. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
Meet the scan, a simple procedure whose mission is to detect lung cancer early.
I'm here to save you.
But I feel fine.
That's great, but you may still be at high risk for lung cancer.
Oh man, that's a new fence.
If you smoke, early detection could save your life. Learn more at savedbythescan.org.
Welcome back to Viking Pregame. The Vikings are looking to take another step toward being relevant in the Dun St. Croix Conference. At the same time, the Mondovi Buffaloes are also looking to make a difference in the Dun St. Croix Conference race. So the stage is set for some exciting high school boys basketball. And we'll have all the action of Game 1 of our broadcast doubleheader right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Now, in just a moment, we'll send it out to Mondovi High School, where we're getting ready to bring you all the action of tonight's conference boys basketball game between the Colfax Vikings and the Mondovi Buffaloes. That's all coming up next. You've been tuned to Viking Pregame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Touchdown! Oh, did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone. What? I should take your phone away. No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that? I'm playing with these new face filters. Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine. I'm gonna need that back. No. Kevin!
You've been tuned to Viking Pregame with a look at today's Colfax Vikings boys game. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Light Colfax Viking Basketball. It happens to everyone eventually. Your computer goes on the fritz. Fear not, Sladen's Technology Services can help. When your computer decides to not cooperate, it can be very frustrating. Let Sladen's Technology Services keep you from wanting to drive your computer right off a cliff. Sladen's Technology Services supports business of all sizes. They offer assistance with managed anti-malware, encrypted email, fast tech support, data backup, and recovery, and more. Call Sladen's Technology Services at 715-864-2833 and get the IT help you desire. Sladen's Technology Services is the official IT service for the Northern Light Webcasting Network. Colfax Viking Basketball is on the air.
Lenz with the rebound, puts it up and in. Christian Lenz gets the putback shot.
The Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV proudly presents tonight's Colfax Viking Boys varsity basketball game.
And it's no good. Rebound taken down and put up and in. Ryan Albright with the rebound.
Join us as we head out to the gym for tonight's Viking basketball.
Inside, gives it off to Hoffman. Hoffman feeds underneath, the shot goes up and in by Nathan Hajdukovic.
Yeah, good cut there by Nate.
Well, good evening and welcome to Mondovi High School, where tonight we're starting off a full night of basketball with the Viking boys taking on the Mondovi Buffaloes. And after that, we'll have the Viking girls taking on the Altoona Railroaders. Look for that game to be on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV at about 9:30 tonight. But right now, we've got some boys basketball coming your way. And I'm Rick Olson, along with Chris Olson on the camera, and we have some help tonight keeping track of who does what to whom is Lynn Nigaman, and she's helping out tonight. The Vikings, on the JV game, opened up a really nice lead at halftime. They were ahead 23-14, only to see the Buffaloes come storming back and win the game by 3 right at the end, 40-37. So we're hoping for a better outcome for the varsity boys tonight. Teams have started to head over to the various benches. So let me run through the starting lineups for you. For the Mondovi Buffaloes, they'll start out with the 5'10 junior Max Martin, then 6'3 junior Jared Faulkner, 5'8 junior Dawson Rudd, 6 foot senior Evan Gray, and 6 foot junior Andrew Rudd. And for the Vikings, we have 6'2 senior Nathan Hajdukovic, 5'10 senior Bryce Sikora, 5'8 sophomore Elijah Ensminger, 6'5 senior Tristan Lenz, and 6'1 senior Ryan Albright. And it looks like we're pretty much ready for the national anthem, and we'll send it down to the scorers table for that.
Please join us in playing our national anthem.
The playing of our national anthem, and let's send it right back down to the scorers table for their version of the starting lineups.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Mondovi High School for tonight's Dun St. Croix Boys basketball action as we welcome the visiting Colfax Vikings. Two are on the floor with your Mondovi Buffaloes. Now let's meet the starting lineup first for the visiting Vikings. Senior number 2, Nathan Hajdukovic. Senior number 4, Bryce Sikora. Sophomore number 10, Elijah Ensminger. Senior number 22, Tristan Lenz. And senior number 24, Ryan Albright. Vikings head coach is Mr. Mark Knoll. He's assisted by Tristan Diddleson, Nick Height, and Brett Prince. Now, let's meet the starting lineup for you. Number 2, Max Martin. Number 3, Jared Faulkner. Number 10, Dawson Rudd. Senior number 13, Evan Gray. And junior number 24, Andrew Rudd.
So those are the starting lineups of tonight's game. For the Buffaloes again, it's Martin, Faulkner, Dawson Rudd, Gray, and Andrew Rudd. For the Vikings, Hajdukovic, Sikora, Ensminger, Lenz, and Albright. Lenz jumping center for the Vikings, Faulkner jumping for the Mondovi Buffaloes. Buffaloes will be heading from left to right, Vikings going from right to left. The opening tip is controlled way down in the corner by the Buffaloes, and the pass is knocked out of bounds by Ensminger. So it'll be Mondovi ball deep in the backcourt. Andrew Rudd to inbound it. Gets it to Dawson Rudd. I understand they're not related. They feed it over to the right side, and a three-pointer by Jared Faulkner to open things up. Lenz has it. Full court pressure being put on by the Buffaloes. Sikora takes it to the left side, now back up between the circles. Now down the left side of the lane, kicks it out to Albright, three-pointer on the way off the rim, no good. Ball gets tipped and it's out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Ensminger to inbound. Feeds it into Sikora in the backcourt. He comes back across the timeline on the right side. Gives it to Ensminger. High, wide, and right. Takes it to the top of the key. Over to Albright on the left. Out to Sikora. He's in the center circle. Now moves to his left. Now takes it into the lane. Goes up with a shot. It's no good. Rebound tipped around and out of bounds, and it will be Mondovi ball. They're saying Tristan Lenz was the last one to touch it. Andrew Rudd to inbound. He gets it into Martin. Martin across court pass to Gray. Gray down the left side, loses control. It's out of bounds, and the Vikings have it. 3-0. Mondovi on top. Sikora gets the inbound pass. Full court pressure being put on by the Buffaloes. Gets it to Albright. Takes it across the timeline on the right side, and the ball gets taken away by the Buffaloes. Feeding it down to Gray, tries to lift, and it's blocked! That shot was blocked by Hajdukovic. Vikings come back down the floor. Sikora with it into the lane, gives it to Hajdukovic, and we're going to get a foul called. Foul on Evan Gray, I believe. Yes, it's his first personal. First team foul on Mondovi. And Nate Hajdukovic goes to the line. First shot is up, it's good. Hajdukovic making sure there's no cover on the rim. Second shot is up, and it's good. 3-2. Mondovi up by 1. Martin with it. Takes it down the right baseline. We're going to get a blocking foul called on Albright. One of the things players have to get used to is that this is a different team, different gym, different set of officials, and what you're allowed to do in the previous game may not carry over into this game because the Vikings came out of a very physical game last night. Shot from the left wing is up and good by Max Martin, three-pointer. 6-2, Mondovi up by 4. Hajdukovic takes it into the paint, feeds it down deep, and it gets away and out of bounds. It'll be Mondovi ball. They get it into Gray. Gray brings it up across the timeline. Being picked up by Sikora. Takes it into the paint, lays it up, and it goes in. And we've got a timeout on the floor. Mondovi 8, Vikings 2, and you're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Are your animals feeling a little under the weather? Give the nice folks at Colfax Animal Hospital a call. Bruce Buckley is just what the doctor ordered. In fact, he is the doctor, and he's ready to help. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Give them a call at 715-962-3380. Back at Mondovi High School, Vikings to inbound. Full court pressure being put on by the Buffaloes. Ball comes into Lenz. Lenz gets it to Hajdukovic. Over to Ensminger, still in the backcourt. Elijah Ensminger across the timeline. Gets it over to Hajdukovic, high, wide, and right. Feeds it into the lane to Lenz. Lenz puts it up, it's in and out, no good. And Mondovi comes away with the rebound. Down the floor comes Andrew Rudd. Ball gets taken away by the Vikings. Albright feeds it over to Hajdukovic's pass to Lenz is off his hands. And then Martin goes down, ball gets picked up by Sikora, and he lays it in, 8-4. Mondovi with it. Faulkner has it at the top of the key. Takes it down the left side. Feeds it into the lane to Dawson Rudd. Shot goes up, no good. Lenz with the rebound. Feeds it out to Ensminger. Ensminger on the fly down the right side. Shoots it up, no good, but he draws the foul. Elijah Ensminger to go to the line. Foul is on Jared Faulkner. It's his first personal. Second team foul. First shot is up and off the front of the iron, no good. Now the second shot. That one's good. Down the floor come the Buffaloes. They get it over to Martin on the left side. Feeds it down into the left corner to Gray. Gray shot from the corner, and he hit it. Three-pointer. That's 9 of their 11 points on three-point shots for the Buffaloes. Pass to Ensminger down in the right corner. Puts a shot up from the baseline, no good. Lenz tried to get the rebound, but it was taken away by the Buffaloes, and down the floor they come. Faulkner on the dribble, gets it over to the right side to Martin. Martin still on the right wing. He gets it out to Dawson Rudd, takes it into the paint. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Ensminger. Elijah Ensminger with his first personal. Second team foul on the Vikings. Buffalo's trying to inbound. They get it into Martin. Martin with a three-pointer. It's off the iron, no good. Rebound. Chased down, finally picked up by the Vikings. Sikora with it. And he comes down the floor across the timeline. Trying to feed it along the right side. Ensminger has it high, wide, and right. Brings it over to the left side. Hajdukovic tries to go into the paint. We're going to get a whistle. And the foul is going to be on Dawson Rudd. It's his first personal. Third team foul. Sikora gets it into Albright. To Lenz, takes it into the paint, and he took one too many steps. Can't count that high, Tristan. Took one too many steps for what was otherwise a pretty nice looking shot. So the Buffaloes have it in the forecourt. Evan Gray with it, puts up a jumper and he hit it. About a 10-footer. 13-5. Ensminger on the dribble. Gets it across the timeline. Gets it out to Hajdukovic at the top of the key. Back out to Ensminger. Between the circles. Passes over to the right side to Sikora, to Albright at the top of the key. To the left side to Ensminger, to Lenz at the top of the key. Lenz gets it to Hajdukovic down underneath. They try to get it to Lenz, and it's out of bounds off of the Buffaloes. Vikings trying to penetrate the paint down deep, not having a lot of success with it. Albright puts up a three, no good, and the ball gets picked up by the Buffaloes. Down the floor they come. This is Martin with it on the left side. Gets it to Gray down in the left corner. Dribbled off his face, but got the ball back. Gets it over to Andrew Rudd, puts a shot up and in. Actually, it was Evan Gray on the putback. Rudd's shot was no good, but Evan Gray got the putback. Ensminger with it. Gets it over to the left side to Hajdukovic. To Lenz at the left elbow. Back out to Ensminger. High, wide, and left. Puts up a 10-footer, no good. Rebound taken down by the Buffaloes. Putting up a long shot, and it's good. A long three-pointer by Evan Gray, and we got another timeout on the floor. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Anderson Bridges, located in Colfax, Wisconsin, has been manufacturing prefabricated steel truss bridges since 1989. With hundreds of bridges supplied nationwide, we suspect you've crossed our path. It may have been on a pedestrian or bicycle bridge, or how about a snowmobile, ATV, or golf course bridge? Anderson Bridges is likely to have manufactured it. Founded in 1989, Anderson Bridges has been a family-owned company since its beginning and are proud to support the Colfax Vikings. Back here at Mondovi High School, Vikings to inbound the ball, trailing 18-5. Ensminger with it. Vikings going with a little more size underneath right now as they bring Nick Jensen into the game. Ensminger takes it down the right side, feeds it out to Hajdukovic. Puts up the three, no good. Rebound. That's taken down by Korpaz for the Mondovi Buffaloes. And he took a couple extra steps with some good defense that time by Nate Hajdukovic. Korpaz was trying to protect the ball. Ball comes into Ensminger. 11-12 to go in the first half. Ensminger across the timeline. Feeds it over on the right side to Sikora. Sikora still high, wide, and right. Back to Ensminger on the right wing. Feeds it over to the left wing to Hajdukovic. Takes it into the paint. Stops, puts it up, no good. Korpaz with the rebound. Down the floor he comes, feeds it down underneath, and we're going to get a foul on Jensen.
Viking foul number 42, Nick Jensen, his first personal foul, team third. Checking in for the Buffaloes with the
Shot goes up and in. Down the floor come the Vikings. 20-5. Mondovi with the lead. Shot goes up. Rebound being battled for, and it's going to be a foul.
Viking foul number 2, Nate Hajdukovic, his first personal foul, team fourth. Returning for Buffaloes 24, Andrew Wright. Checking in for the Vikings, number 50, Blake Johnson.
Buffaloes have the ball. They get it down into the forecourt. They swing it around. Shot goes up by Faulkner. It's no good. Rebound being battled for, and it goes out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Last touch by Remington. So the Vikings will inbound it. Johnson to inbound. Gets it into Sikora. Sikora quickly down the floor to Ensminger. Ensminger high, wide, and right. Takes it out to the top of the key, over to Johnson on the left. Johnson taking it back between the circles. Out of Sikora, back to Johnson down in the right corner. Johnson brings it back out high. Kind of tied up. Gets the pass off to Ensminger. Over to Jensen. Jensen drives the left baseline. Gets it back out to Lenz. Back to Jensen. Out between the circles to Ensminger. Ensminger takes it around the right side, tries to penetrate the lane, and we're going to get a jump ball called. Ensminger ran into a double team, and they forced the jump ball. Gray and Dawson Rudd back into the lineup for the Buffaloes. Sikora to inbound. Tried to get it to Jensen. It was tapped loose, but picked up by Ensminger. Gets it out to Johnson. Over to Sikora. To Lenz in the paint. Puts it up. No good. Whistle and a foul. And Lenz is going to go to the line to shoot two. 9:02 to go in the first half. Vikings trailing by 15. First shot is on the way, and it's good. Ethan Evans is in the lineup for the Buffaloes. Second shot is on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Dawson Rudd, quickly down the left side. Feeds it over to Evan Gray. Then they dump it off. They try to get it back over to Dawson Rudd. Back in underneath, and they get it to Andrew Rudd, who lays it up and in. A lot of good ball movement that time by the Buffaloes. And we're going to get a travel called on Johnson. He tried to do a jump stop, and his feet kind of slid. Austin Swanson into the lineup for the Vikings. Ball comes into Gray. He's on the left side, gets it into the forecourt to Dawson Rudd. And they get it underneath to Remington. His shot got blocked, but Rudd picked it up. Cross-court pass over to Ethan Evans, puts up the shot. It's no good. Rebound picked up by Remington, and we're going to get a whistle on the floor. Falls on Hajdukovic. It's his second personal, 15 foul on the Vikings. Ball comes into Andrew Rudd, or from Andrew Rudd into Gray. Takes it into the paint, puts the shot up, it's off the back of the iron, no good. Evan Gray with his own rebound tries to go up, but we're going to get a whistle and a foul. They had a hold of his arm as he tried to go up, and the foul's on Albright. That's Albright's second, 16 foul. Means Mondovi will be in the bonus from this point out. First shot is up and good. Second shot is also good. Vikings inbound it to Sikora. Down the floor. He takes it between the circles over to the right side. Gets it to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic to the free throw line. Back to Albright. Over to the right corner to Sikora. Puts up the three. He hit the three. Bryce Sikora with the three-pointer. Vikings needed that. 24-9. Buffaloes on top. Evan Gray with it on the right baseline. He gets it out to Evans. Puts the shot up, no good. Rebound chased down by Dawson Rudd. And he stepped out of bounds. Vikings put a double team on him right along the sideline. He had nowhere to go and ended up stepping out of bounds, and Vikings have the ball. Sikora with it. Takes it over to the right side. Out to Albright. He's between the circles. Takes it down to the left elbow. Spins. Gets it out to Jensen outside the arc. Over to Sikora between the circles. Over to the right side to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic takes it into the paint, puts a layup in, good. Nathan Hajdukovic makes it 24-11. Vikings trying to crawl back in. Dawson Rudd with it, takes it into the paint, it's no good. And we get a whistle and a foul. Austin Swanson trying to get the rebound. And they're going to say the foul is on Remington. That's his first. So down the floor come the Vikings. Hajdukovic on the dribble. Ball gets knocked out of bounds. And a foul in the process. And that foul is on Andrew Rudd. And that's Rudd's first. It's also the 6th team foul against Mondovi, so both teams are in the bonus now. Sikora with it. Feeds it underneath to Jensen, loses the handle. Remington has it. Gets it over to Martin. Martin feeds it off to the left side to Gray. Then underneath to Remington. Ball's loose. It was tapped by Mondovi, but off the feet of Sikora. And it went out of bounds. Tristan Lenz checking back in. Nick Jensen takes a seat. 24-11. Wiping a little perspiration off the ball. Gray inbounds it. He gets it into Martin. Martin passes it over to the right side. They've got it over to Rudd now. Back out to Dawson Rudd. Drives the lane, puts it up, and puts it in. Down the floor come the Vikings. 26-11. Feeding it into the lane to Tristan Lenz. He puts it up. They're going to say he traveled.
Substitution checking in for the Vikings, number 10, Speaker.
So the Buffaloes town inbound it. They get it to Dawson Rudd. Tries to feed it down underneath. It's taken away by Hajdukovic. And down the floor come the Vikings. Nathan Hajdukovic into the paint. We're going to get a whistle. And they call him with a travel. He leaned a little too much that the pivot foot dragged. So the Buffaloes have it. Gray gets it over to Dawson Rudd. Across the timeline. Down to the free throw line. Back to Gray. Three-pointer on the way. He hit it. Evan Gray for three. That's 17 points for Gray in the first half. Sikora with it for the Vikings. Gets it over to Lenz at the top of the key. To Hajdukovic on the left side. Into the paint. Kicks it out to Ensminger from the right corner. Three-pointer, no good. Rebound chased down by Martin. Martin down the floor. Stops just outside the arc. Feeds it off to the right side to Faulkner. Faulkner with a three-pointer on the way, no good. Hajdukovic with the loose change. Into the lane, we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Sikora got fouled as he pulled up for the shot. And that's going to be a foul on Max Martin. His first, 7th on the Buffaloes. First shot is up, no good. Mitch Medine into the lineup for the Vikings, giving Nate Hajdukovic a bit of a rest. Sikora's second shot on the way. It's up, no good. And the rebound taken down by the Buffaloes. Martin with it across the timeline. Feeds it over to Faulkner on the left. Into the lane, shot goes up and good by Austin Remington. Down the floor comes Sikora, feeds it over to the right side to Medine. Medine back to Sikora between the circles. Almost lost his balance. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. This is going to be another foul on Martin. Sikora is going to go to the line for the 1-on-1. Nick Jensen into the lineup for the Vikings. Austin Swanson to take a seat, but not without checking in with Coach Noel first. First shot on its way and good for Bryce Sikora. Second shot on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by the Buffaloes. Faulkner with it. Feeds it out high to Rudd. Drives into the lane, no good. Lenz gets the rebound, feeds it off to Sikora. Quickly down the floor, gets it down into the right corner. Whoa! And we have an injured Buffalo, and the shot goes in. Let's see if they count it. Basket counts.
It's good for Tristan Lenz. Buffalo fouls on number 20, Miguel Corpus.
He went head over tea kettle over Ensminger, and the judge gave him 10 points on that dive. First shot is on its way. It's good. Or that's the plus one. Buffaloes have it in the forecourt. Faulkner with it. Takes it over to the left side. He gets it to Corpuz, and he took an extra step. Gray back into the lineup for Mondovi. Sikora with it for the Vikings. 3:20 to go in the first half. Down the floor goes Sikora. They feed it over to the side. Ball gets knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say it went off of Ensminger. Corpuz to inbound to Martin. Martin quickly across the timeline, and they're going to call Ensminger for a foul. And Ensminger's talking with the official, wanting to know how that's different than what happened to him. Martin at the line. Shot goes up, and it's good. So he'll get the bonus. Albright into the lineup. Ensminger takes the break. Martin's shot is on the way. It's good. 33-15. Sikora with the ball on the dribble across the timeline. Over to the right side. He's high, wide, and right. Gets it to Jensen. To Medine. Back out to Albright. To Medine. Medine. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. I think it's a foul on Corpuz. It is. That's his second. It's the 10th foul on Mondovi. So the Vikings will be shooting two. That's Mitch Medine at the line. His first shot is on the way, rims around and out. Second shot on the way. And that one's off the back of the iron. Rebound, whoa. We're going to get a foul called on Lenz. And we're going to walk the length of the floor to shoot a bonus shot down at the other end. Faulkner will go to the line. That's the first foul on Lenz. 8th team foul on the Vikings. Faulkner's shot is up and no good. Rebound taken down by Lenz. Sikora with it. Takes it up across the timeline. Over on the right side, puts the shot up, it's no good. Rebound, taken down by Mondovi. Martin with it, behind the back dribble, gets it out to Faulkner at the top of the key. Lost the handle on it, and we're gonna get a foul called. Foul is on Sikora. That's the first foul on Sikora. 9th on the Vikings. Faulkner's shot is up and good, so he'll get a bonus shot. Second shot on the way, it's good. 35-15. Sikora with it across the timeline. Into the lane to Irwin. Irwin puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Remington. And then they feed it over to Gray. Gray on the right side takes it into the paint, puts the shot up, no good. Irwin with the rebound. Down the floor he comes across the timeline. On the right side. Still on the dribble. Pulls up at the left elbow, and the ball gets taken away by the Buffaloes. Gray with it. He lays it up, and putting it in is Faulkner. A nice feed by Evan Gray. Faulkner finished it off. Down the floor comes Sikora, loses the handle, but Irwin picks it up. 37-15. Vikings down by 22. Minute 24 to go. Jensen with the shot, no good. Rebound taken down by Gray. Down the floor come the Buffaloes. This is Gray still on the dribble between the circles. Ball gets knocked loose, and it's going to be a foul on Sikora. That one was actually an easy one to call. 2 fouls on Sikora. Vikings have also hit 10. So the first shot is on the way. It's no good. This is Evan Gray at the line. He's shooting the double bonus. Andrew Rudd checking in, giving Faulkner a break. Gray's shot is up. It's good. Ethan Evans checking in for Gray. Vikings inbound. It gets knocked out of bounds off of Andrew Rudd. Albright gets it in to Jensen. Irwin has it. Tries to get it back out to Jensen, but knocked out of bounds by Remington. So Sikora inbound for the Vikings. Coming up on a minute to play in the first half. Jensen has it at the left elbow. Gets it out to the left wing to Sikora. Back to Jensen on the baseline, puts it up and in. 38-17. Down the floor come the Buffaloes. They get it over to the right side. Andrew Rudd drives the right baseline, puts it up, no good. Jensen with the rebound. Gets it out to Sikora. Sikora on the run. Puts on the brakes. We'll get a whistle. And the foul is going to be on Max Martin. It's going to put Sikora at the line to shoot 2. First shot is up and good. Yeah, they're saying that the foul occurred before he put the shot up. Second shot on the way. It's good. 38-19. Andrew Rudd feeds it over, or now Andrew Rudd has it. And they get it to Dawson Rudd from the corner, no good. Rebound taken down by Lenz. 20 seconds to go. Ball gets stolen by Dawson Rudd. He lays it up and it's good. Sikora on the dribble, 10 seconds to go. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Fouls on Dawson Rudd. It's his second personal. Sikora's first shot is up and good. Second shot on the way. That one's also good. Hey, folks, don't forget, coming up after this game, about 9:30 tonight, we'll have the Viking girls against the Altoona Railroaders. That's coming up a little later tonight. Evan Gray with a shot. No good. Put back counts. And I'm looking, it looks to me, it was Andrew Rudd that put that one in. And Lynn is over here nodding her head yes. So we've reached halftime with a score. The Mondovi Buffaloes 42, Vikings 21. Viking halftime coming up right after this. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
After you joined our family, it was like, I really do feel complete now.
Time now for Viking Halftime with this week's edition of Viking Profile and the Colfax High School Report. That's all coming up following this brief timeout.
Brandon met a girl on a dating app. He finally found the courage to ask her out. No answer. He started to panic. Was he being...
Hey, sorry I didn't respond. I was driving.
She must be a keeper.
Time now for Viking Profile, where we take a closer look at one of the Colfax Viking players. And now, Viking Profile.
Today on Viking Profile, we're talking with Dustin Nigaman. And Dustin, you're a senior here at Colfax, correct?
Yep.
Now, we know you play basketball, but are there any other activities here at school that you've been involved in?
I do varsity bowling.
Okay, all right. I don't think we've had a varsity bowler get interviewed yet. That's a first. Okay, so when did you start playing basketball, and what kind of an experience has that been?
I started in elementary school, and I played throughout middle school, but this is my first year playing in high school.
Okay, decided to finally come back and do it again, right?
Yeah.
So what's the most important thing that you have learned from playing basketball?
Just that communication is key, and you need to work with everybody.
Okay, so when you're not playing basketball, you're not here at school, what are some other things that keep you interested or occupied, as if I didn't know?
I like to do a lot of hunting and fishing.
And you've been pretty successful at that.
Yeah, I have been.
Okay, a few rapid fire questions for you.
All right.
Pie, ice cream, cake, or cookies?
Ice cream.
Favorite flavor?
Chocolate.
All right, that's a good standby. Favorite color and why?
Green or camouflage.
You know, that almost does count as a color, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Okay. If you could have a superpower, what would it be and why?
Telekinesis, just because I feel like that'd be really cool.
Just because you like to say the name, telekinesis, that's a great word. Okay, now if you have a superpower like that, you're going to have a superhero name to go with it. So what's Dustin's superhero name?
Ooh, I don't know. The guy who moves things.
Okay.
Cool guy who moves things.
The cool guy who moves things. All right. Favorite NBA team?
I don't watch much basketball, but I might have to start doing that.
Okay. So you probably don't have a favorite college team then either?
No.
Okay. We're talking with Dustin Nigaman here on Viking Profile. And Dustin, what are your plans for after high school?
Continue schooling for something in the outdoors field, like agriculture or conservation.
Okay. And how about a shout out to your family?
I'd like to thank my mom, dad, and siblings for supporting my basketball.
Okay, super. When people watch Viking games, where are they going to find Dustin Nigaman on the floor?
Hopefully right on the court, carrying the ball, or on the bench.
Okay. We want to thank Dustin Nigaman for joining us today on Viking Profile. We have more Viking Halftime coming up right after this.
You've been listening to Viking Profile. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.
The thing that drives me every day as a dad is him. And there's this huge responsibility in making sure that he's a good person. It's okay to make mistakes. As long as it's coming from love, it starts to work itself out.
Time now for the Colfax High School Report with an update about what's happening at Colfax High School.
The Colfax Vikings athletics continued a busy schedule last week. However, COVID forced some flexibility in scheduling as well. The Viking boys had to postpone their game last Tuesday against the Spring Valley Cardinals due to COVID at Spring Valley. That game has been rescheduled as part of a boys then girls doubleheader on February 17th. Then on Thursday, the Viking boys defeated the Glenwood City Hilltoppers 55-43. That win leaves the boys with a record of 6 wins and 7 losses on the season and 3-4 in the Dun St. Croix Conference. The Viking girls split a pair of games last week. On Tuesday, they traveled to Mondovi where they defeated the Buffaloes 54-35. Then on Friday, the Viking girls suffered their first conference loss of the season when the Durand Panthers topped the Vikings 57-46. Those games leave the Vikings with an overall record of 15 wins and 2 losses and an 8-1 record in the Dun St. Croix Conference. This week, Viking basketball teams have another busy schedule with a total of 6 games. This includes a boys then girls doubleheader followed by a broadcast doubleheader. On Monday, the Viking boys will travel to Prairie Farm to play in part 1 of the boys then girls doubleheader against the Prairie Farm Panthers. Part 1 of this doubleheader will begin with Viking pregame at 5:25 on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The game will be followed by the girls' game shortly after. Then on Tuesday, the boys will travel to Mondovi to take on the Buffaloes. This will be part 1 of a broadcast doubleheader with Viking pregame beginning at 6:55 and the girls versus Altoona following the boys' game. The Viking boys wrap up their week on Friday when they travel to Durand to take on the Panthers. We are carrying that game live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. On Monday, the girls will travel to Prairie Farm to play in part 2 of a boys-girls doubleheader against the Prairie Farm Panthers. Coverage of this game will begin shortly following the conclusion of the boys' game at approximately 6:55 p.m. Then on Tuesday, the girls will host the Altoona Railroaders. This will be part 2 of a broadcast doubleheader with same-day coverage of the girls' game beginning following the boys at Mondovi. That will be approximately 9:30 p.m. The Viking girls will wrap up their week by hosting the Boyceville Bulldogs on Thursday. We're carrying that game live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. On Saturday, the Bloomer Colfax Raptors will travel to Cadott to take part in the Clover Belt Conference Wrestling Tournament. Now, coming up next week, the Viking boys basketball team will have 3 games. On Monday the 7th, the boys will travel to the Thorpe Cardinals in a makeup game that was originally scheduled for December 3rd. Then on Thursday the 10th, they will host the Boyceville Bulldogs. And on Saturday, the boys will wrap up their week by hosting the Osceola Chieftains. We'll carry all 3 of these games live on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. The Viking girls are scheduled for 2 games next week. On Tuesday, the 8th, they will travel to Spring Valley to take on the Cardinals. And then on Friday, the 11th, the girls will host the Elk Mound Mounders. This game could determine the champion of the Dunn St. Croix Conference. We will carry those games on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. In other school news, the Viking dance team will compete at the state dance competition in La Crosse on Saturday. The FBLA Regional Leadership Conference will be held also on Saturday. And that's what's happening at Colfax High School for the week of January 31st through February 5th.
You've been tuned to Viking Halftime. Stay tuned. Coming up is second half action of today's Viking game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
And we're back here at Mondovi High School, where the Vikings are trailing the Buffaloes 42-21. Leading scorers in the first half for the Vikings, Bryce Sikora. He's got a field goal, a three-pointer, and 5 free throws. For the Buffaloes, their leading scorers, Evan Gray, kind of what we expected, 18 points. Let's see, he's got 3 three-pointers, 3 field goals, and 3 free throws. Thank you, Lynn. As we're getting ready to start the second half. And to start the second half, Mondovi will have the ball. So inbounding it is Andrew Rudd. He's going to get it into Dawson Rudd. And we're waiting for a person to get up into the stands. They've got him safely up there, and now the Buffaloes have it. Gray has it at the top of the key. Getting it over to Martin. Martin on the dribble feeds it over to the right side to Faulkner. Then down to Andrew Rudd. Back out to Faulkner. Tries to feed it into the lane. Ball gets taken away by Sikora, but then taken right back again by Gray. And ball gets tipped out of bounds, and it was off of Lenz. So it will be Mondovi ball. Feeding it in, high ball, shot goes up and in by Jared Faulkner. Vikings bring the ball down the floor. Ensminger on the dribble. Feeds it over to Sikora. Back to the right side to Albright. Hajdukovic at the top of the key, takes it into the paint. Shot gets partially blocked. Lenz with the loose ball, puts it up and it rolls around and won't go down for him. Faulkner comes down the floor with it. He's on the left side. Feeds it to the left wing to Dawson Rudd. Then back to Faulkner, then back to Rudd. Dawson Rudd at the left baseline. Gets it out to Faulkner. Over to the right side to Andrew Rudd, puts up the three and he hit it. Ensminger with it. Gets it down into the right corner for the Vikings. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. And the foul's on Dawson Rudd.
Buffalo foul number 10, Dawson Rudd. That's his third personal foul.
3 fouls on Rudd. Sikora to inbound. That's the first team foul on Mondovi in this half. Lenz in the paint, circles twice, puts it up and in. Gray with it, takes it right down into the paint, kicks it out to Andrew Rudd, three-pointer on the way, no good, rebound taken down by Lenz. Over to Sikora, across the timeline, takes it down the right side, loses the handle, ball gets picked up by Martin for Mondovi. He's got it on the right side, takes it into the paint, lays it up, and it goes in. 49-23. Sikora with it across the timeline for the Vikings. On the right side, he's high, wide, and right. Still on the dribble. Now he picks up the dribble. Gets it out to Albright, to Hajdukovic. Hajdukovic turns, puts it up, no good. Rebound, taken down by Faulkner. Mondovi with it. This is Gray. Gets it over to Dawson Rudd. Spin move, takes it to the right baseline, lays it up, it does not go in. Lenz with it. Gets it to Sikora, feeds it over to Albright. Back to Sikora, he's high, wide, and right. Backs out a little bit. Gets it over to Albright. Then to Hajdukovic, who lays it up and in. 49-25. They feed it underneath to Andrew Rudd, who lays it up and in. And we get a timeout call by the Buffaloes. Timeout on the floor. It's Mondovi 51, Vikings 25. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
On those days when you're hankering for something that's delicious and nutritious, simply stop by FitFam Nutrition in Colfax. They serve Herbalife meal replacement shakes, metabolism-boosting teas, and protein coffees. They taste as good as they sound, and they're healthy. Come and visit the Bentons and let them prepare for you a simply sweet treat, or something for the chocoholic or coffee lover in you. FitFam is a slam dunk. That's FitFam Nutrition, complete with one-on-one wellness coaching and business opportunities. 1020 University Avenue in Colfax.
Back here at Mondovi High School, Rick Olson along with Chris Olson on the camera, Lynn Nigaman keeping track of all the numbers for us. Nate Hajdukovic to inbound the ball. Gets it into Sikora. Sikora across the timeline. Tries to feed it down to Hajdukovic. Got the ball back. Hajdukovic has it down around the baseline. Gets it out to Jensen. Out to Albright. Then over to Ensminger. Puts up the shot. It's no good. Ball gets batted out in front, and down the floor for the Buffaloes comes Dawson Rudd. His layup is no good, but we do get a foul called. And that foul is going to be on Sikora, his third personal. Dawson Rudd at the line to shoot two. First is on the way, no good. Second shot on the way. That one's no good. Rebound, tapped out of bounds, and it's going to be Mondovi ball, last touch by the Vikings. They get the ball into Martin. He's at the top of the key. Getting it over to Andrew Rudd. Then back out to Dawson Rudd at the top of the key. Over to Faulkner. Faulkner now takes it between the circles. To Dawson Rudd, spin move in the paint. Puts a shot up, no good. Rebound, loose ball on the floor, and we're going to get a whistle as we untangle the bodies. And that's foul on Sikora, and that's 4 on him. He's going to have to be careful. Checking into the lineup for the Vikings is Lenz. Sikora going to have a seat. Ball comes into Martin. Feeds it into the lane to Faulkner. Then down underneath. Dawson Rudd go ups with it, but got fouled. And that's going to be a foul on Jensen. Nope, I take it back. I had the numbers backwards. Fouls on Albright. Third personal. First shot is up and good. Dawson Rudd at the line. Second shot on the way, no good. Rebound taken down by Lenz. Down the floor come the Vikings. Ensminger with it, takes it to the hole, puts it up, no good. Rebound taken down by Martin to Dawson Rudd. Down the floor for Mondovi. He's on the left side. Ball gets batted up in the air, knocked out of bounds, and it's going to be Viking ball. And Remington for the Buffaloes can't believe that call. He thought for sure Tristan Lenz is the last one who tapped it. And I think he might have been right. That's not what the official saw. Dawson Rudd steals the ball away, and we're going to get a pushing foul on Ensminger. And he's being met by a stare from Coach Knoll. Like, just what were you thinking? So the Buffaloes inbound it. Martin has it, high, wide, and right. Takes it down to the right corner, then to the baseline, puts it up and in. Max Martin on the shot. Down the floor come the Vikings. Ensminger on a dribble. Gets it over to Hajdukovic on the left side. To Lenz, left side of the lane. Turns into the paint. Tries to put the shot up, partially blocked. Mondovi comes away with it. Dawson Rudd over to Martin. Puts the shot up. We get a whistle and a foul. And the foul is going to be on Hajdukovic. That's a third foul on Hajdukovic. Fifth foul on the Vikings already this half. First shot on the way, it's good. Colton Hoffman into the lineup for Tristan Lenz for the Vikings. 55-25. 13:01. Second shot on the way. No good. Rebound taken down by Hajdukovic. Comes down the floor. Feeds it off to Albright. Lost the handle but got it back. To Hajdukovic. Drives the right baseline. Tries to feed it over to Jensen. Ball got tapped and went out of bounds off of Remington. It'll be Viking ball. 12:45 to go. Inbound to Hajdukovic. He's high, wide, and left. Takes it to the right elbow. Feeds it over to Hoffman. Hoffman at the free throw line. Back out to Hajdukovic. Three-pointer on the way, no good. Well, no, it's good. It bounced 3-4 times up there. Looked like it was coming out, and he got a little shooter's roll out of that one. 55-28. Dawson Rude takes it into the lane, no good. The shot, whistle, foul on the floor. Looks like a foul on Jensen. That'll be his second personal. Sixth team foul. So after Mondovi inbounds the ball here, they'll be in the bonus. They get it into Martin. He's high, wide, and right. Feeds to the free throw line. We have a whistle. We had a foul. Ethan Evans called for the foul for Mondovi. It's the second team foul. It's the first foul on Evans. Ensminger on the dribble. Between the circles, take it to the left side. Tries to go into the paint, puts it up. It's no good, but he drew the foul. I think it's going to be on Remington, but I'm not sure. Nope, I take it back. It's on Martin. That's the fourth foul on Martin. So Elijah Ensminger at the line to shoot two. First one's on the way. It's good. Sikora back into the lineup for the Vikings with 4 fouls. Ensminger's second shot is good. 55-30. Faulkner to Dawson Rude. Picks up his dribble. Gets it over to Faulkner on the left side. Into the lane. Then along the baseline. And one too many passes. And the pass by the Vikings gets batted out of bounds. Miguel Corpaz had a wide open layup on the baseline and tried to flip it across to Ethan Evans, and basically one too many passes. So the Vikings have the ball. Ensminger at the top of the key. Takes it over to the left side. Thought about the three. Gets it to Jensen. Over to the right side to Sikora. To Hoffman. Back out to Hajdukovic. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Jensen with the rebound. Jensen feeds it out to Sikora. Three-pointer on the way. No good. Hoffman. We got to have a whistle. Foul is on Faulkner. Hoffman had rebound position. Faulkner got his arm in there, and they both went to the floor, and Faulkner got called for the foul. It's the third one on Faulkner. Ensminger has it between the circles. Still on the dribble. And we're going to get a close guarding foul. Or close guarding call, not a foul, on Ensminger. He was trying to direct traffic, and nobody moved. And when they don't move, and he stands out there dribbling, and the defensive player is close, he's got 5 seconds to do something with it. Gray with the ball for the Buffaloes, takes it to the right side. Spins, comes back into the lane, gives it off to Faulkner on the right side, puts up the shot, it's no good. Rebound taken down by Hoffman. Down the floor comes Sikora. Sikora feeds it off to Hajdukovic at the free throw line, lost the handle on the ball. Ball's loose into the backcourt. It's picked up there by Corpaz, and he went up. Shot got blocked, but so did Corpaz. I think they got as much of his head as they did of the ball. Fouls on Hoffman. First foul on Hoffman, 7th on the Vikings. So Corpaz at the line for 2, or for a 1-and-1. Take that back, it's for 2. He was shooting. That first shot is no good. Second shot. It's on the way, and it's good. Well, we have a whistle, and we have a timeout being called on the floor. Mondovi 56, Vikings 30, 10:18 to go. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Are your pooch's proportions putting on pounds? Or is your kitty's constitution constantly complaining? Well, stop by and see the friendly folks at the Colfax Animal Hospital. Dr. Bruce Buckley and his staff will be happy to help you get your family friend back on the road to healthy living. That's the Colfax Animal Hospital. Call them at 715-962-3380.
If you have a high-deductible health plan, opening a health savings account at Dairy State Bank will allow you to save tax-free dollars to pay for a long list of health-related services allowed by the IRS. Dairy State Bank HSAs are serviced locally and work like a regular checking account. You can use a debit card or check to pay for expenses and access your account through online or mobile banking. Visit DairyStateBank.com to learn more about HSAs and online or mobile banking. Dairy State Bank, banking on relationships. Member FDIC.
Back here at Mondovi High School. First of 2 games tonight for us. We've got this one with the Viking boys taking on the Buffaloes. Buffaloes on top 56-30. And we're going to follow that up at about 9:30 tonight with the Viking girls taking on the Altoona Railroaders. Make sure you tune in for that one. Dan Petchow on the play-by-play with that one. Vikings have the ball on the right wing. Hajdukovic with it. Feeds it over to the left side to Ensminger. Takes it out to the top of the key. Into the paint. Kicks it out to Sikora. Sikora out to Jensen. Jensen puts up the 3. No good. Rebound taken down by Gray. Down the floor quickly to Andrew Rudd. Rudd takes it into the paint, puts up the shot. It's good. Ensminger on the dribble. 9:34 to go. To Hoffman. Out to Sikora. On the left side. Feeds it out to Ensminger between the circles. Stops at the top of the key. Puts up the three. No. Rebound. Hauled down by Faulkner. They feed it over to Andrew Rudd. Three-pointer on the way, and it's good. That was a three-pointer for Andrew Rudd. 61-30. Mondovi on top. Corpus knocks the ball away, comes down the floor, tries to put it up, but one too many steps. A couple of substitutes coming in for the Buffaloes. Dawson Rudd back in. And also back in is Ethan Evans. Swanson in for the Vikings. Jensen takes a break. Down the floor. Come the Vikings over to the right side to Ensminger. Ensminger takes it to the right elbow into the paint. We have a whistle. We have a foul. Foul was on Remington.
Lucky foul number 22, Tristan Lenz. That's his second personal foul.
Mondovi has the ball. Down the floor they come. Gray with it. Feeds it over to Andrew Rudd. Then tries to get it down underneath to Remington on the baseline, but they lose control. Vikings will have the ball. Sikora with it across the timeline. Feeds it into the lane. Ball got tipped. Coming back down the floor is Andrew Rudd. He pulls on the brakes and slid the pivot foot. So the Vikings have the ball. This is Sikora. To Ensminger. Ensminger in the paint, kicks it out to Hajdukovic on the left side. Three-point attempt, no good. Rebound taken down by Dawson Rudd. He's got it near the top of the key. Gets it out to the right side to Gray. Down into the corner. Back out to Remington. Now to Dawson Rudd. Rudd feeds it, tries to get it into the paint. Ball gets taken away by Sikora. Down the floor he comes, gets it to Ensminger. He lays it up, it goes in, and he draws the harm. This is going to be a foul. I think it's going to be on Andrew Rudd. Basket was good. And it is on Andrew Rudd. Second foul. Sixth foul on Mondovi. So Ensminger at the line for the +1. First shot is up. It's good. 61-33. 7:23 to go. On the dribble. Over to the left side. Now they get it over to Faulkner. Then they feed to Dawson Rudd. He's on the left side. Trying to penetrate the paint. Can't. Gets it out to Andrew Rudd. Then they get it to Evans. They put the shot up, and it's good. Ethan Evans with the basket. And the Vikings bring it down the floor. Hajdukovic with it, circles around, gets it over to the right side to Ensminger on the baseline, puts it up and in. Elijah Ensminger along the baseline, that little underhanded layup. And the Buffaloes have it on the left side. Feed it to Dawson Rudd. Rudd with it, puts it up, it's no good. Ball gets tipped around. Coming away with it are the Buffaloes. They get it out to Faulkner, puts up a three. No good, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Ethan Evans over the back. And the Vikings will go to the line for the 1-and-1. That's the second foul on Evans. And Nate Hajdukovic going to the line. 63-35, shot goes up, no good. Rebound, taken down by the Buffaloes. Faulkner with it across the timeline. Takes it over to the right side. Feeds it off to the right wing. Three-pointer on the way and good by Ethan Evans. Down the floor comes Sikora on the right side. He's still on the right side on the dribble, gets it over to Hajdukovic. Underneath the Swanson, puts it up, a little hard off the glass, no good. Rebound taken down by Evans. Down the floor come the Buffalo. They give it to Dawson Rudd, goes up with a layup, and we're going to get a whistle and a foul on Ensminger. That's the fourth foul on Elijah Ensminger. Dawson Rudd at the line. First shot's up, no good. That's the 10th foul, or 9th foul on the Vikings. So with the next foul, the Buffaloes will be in the double bonus. Next shot is up, rattles around, no good. Rebound taken down by Faulkner. Gets it to Dawson Rudd, puts the shot up, no good. Down the floor come the Vikings. Sikora with it. Feeds it off to Ensminger, puts up the three, no good. Ball goes out of bounds, and it'll be Viking ball. 66-35. Vikings get it into Swanson. Then out to Albright, puts up a shot a little long, and the Buffaloes get it. Down the floor they come. This is Faulkner with it, takes it down the right side, puts up a jump shot, it's no good. Lenz with the rebound. Sikora with it. On the left side to Ensminger. Just under 5 to go. Ensminger dribbles it around to the right side, down to the top of the key, now into the paint. Tries to lay it up. He got fouled. Foul's going to be on Faulkner. That's his fourth. First shot is up, rattles around and good. Second shot is good. That's 9 points for Elijah Ensminger tonight. He takes a break as Mitch Medine comes into the lineup. Dawson Rudd on the dribble. At the top of the key, feeds it to Faulkner down in the paint. He goes up with a shot. It's going to get fouled. I think it is. It's on Lenz. That's the third personal on Tristan Lenz. Faulkner's shot is up and good. 67-37. And down the floor come the Vikings. Sikora with it. Hesitates, keeps going, puts a shot up. It's no good. Whistle and a foul. Foul is going to be on Swanson, and we're going to walk back down to the other end of the floor. Lynn, if you had any thoughts about getting out of here early tonight, forget them. We're not making a trip down the floor without a foul, and we're shooting a lot of free throws now. So, at the line is Ethan Evans for the Mondovi Buffaloes. Shot goes up, no good. It is a double bonus. Nick Jensen went in there, thought he had himself a rebound, and then goes, oh yeah. Evans gets the ball, second shot on the way. That one goes in. 68-37. 4:23 left. Sikora with it, down to the right baseline, backs out to the right corner, gets it out to the high with Hoffman, puts up the shot, no good. Rebound being fought for underneath. Coming away with it is Radel. Radel feeds it over to the left side, putting up the shot is Evans. Shot is no good. Rebound chased down by Sikora. Sikora down to the top of the key, takes it into the paint, feeds it to Jensen, off his fingertips and out of bounds. Coming into the lineup for Mondovi is Remington, once he gets his shoe tied. He's going to replace Faulkner. Martin on the dribble. Feeding it over to Evans. Back out high to Radel, to Martin on the right side. Now to the free throw line, into the lane, lays it up, it doesn't go in. And the Vikings come away, Hoffman has it. And we've got a whistle and a timeout called by the Vikings. Timeout on the floor. It's 68 for Mondovi, 37 for the Vikings. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Simplify your life. Pleasant Valley Properties provides affordable housing and homes in communities in Wisconsin, North Dakota, South Dakota, and Nebraska. They have staff available to help you locate the home that best meets your needs and desires, as well as service staff that maintains the properties. Contact Pleasant Valley Properties at 715-226-6200. Call today and let them help you get into the home of your dreams. That's Pleasant Valley Properties, 301 Bremer Avenue in Colfax.
When you've checked that hayfield and find it's time to harvest, give a call to Aaron's Custom Baling. Aaron will provide you with 4x5 net-wrapped round bales. He can even give you bales that spruced up look with select custom netting if you'd like. Serving Western Wisconsin, that's Aaron's Custom Baling. Call 715-202-0118.
Back here at Mondovi, Vikings have the ball. Johnson on the dribble, feeds it down into the left corner to Yarrington, out to Medine. Medine takes it over to the left side, feeds it to Yarrington underneath to Hoffman. Hoffman tries to get it back over to Medine, but the ball gets intercepted by Korpaz. He gets it over to Radel, then down into the right corner to Remington. Back out high to Andrew Rudd, over to Evans, to Remington, to Korpaz. On the left side to Remington, turnaround jumper, no good. Vikings come away with the rebound. Medine with it. Medine at the top of the key, puts up the three, a little bit short. Coming away with it is Radel for Mondovi. Down the floor they come, 2:30 to go. They get it over to the right side. Korpaz with a shot, no good. Rebound by Hoffman. And Medine down the floor on the left side. Feeds it over to the right side. We're going to get a whistle and a foul on Korpaz. And we have some substitutions coming in for the Vikings. We have Nigaman coming in for Jensen. We have kind of a happy mom sitting up here right now. Shot goes up, no good. Rebound chased down by Corpuz for the Buffaloes. Coming up on 2 minutes left. Corpuz feeds it down into the right corner to Evans. Back out high. That's Moeller. And Corpuz has it, and he took an extra step. And Evans takes a seat. Down the floor come the Vikings. Johnson with it. It's on the right side. Feeds it to Hoffman. Turns around in the paint. Tries to kick it out. We're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's on Corpuz. It's his 4th personal foul. Shot on the way by Hoffman, no good. Hoffman shooting the double bonus. So his second shot on the way. That's also no good. Rebound taken down by Fremstead. And down the floor come the Buffaloes. Fremstead on the dribble. Gets it over to Radel. Now they get it over to Richards. Over into the right corner. Ball goes out of bounds. It'll be Viking ball. Radel lost the handle on that pass, and it went out of bounds. Johnson brings the ball down the floor for the Vikings. Feeds over to the right side. He keeps it going over to, tried to drop the ball off, and nobody knew he was doing it. And Corpuz picks it up, brings it back down. Corpuz over to the right side, gets it out to Radel in the right corner. Radel drives the baseline but stops. Now he's double teamed, feeds it out to Moeller. And the ball gets taken away by Yarrington. Yarrington got fouled. Fouled by Austin Radel. We're under a minute to go. Mason Yarrington, first one's good. Second shot is good. Couple points there for Mason Yarrington in a varsity game. Down the floor comes Corpuz. He's got it between the circles, takes it into the lane, lost the handle. And we're going to get a whistle and a foul. Foul's on 20. That should be all for him. That's 5 fouls on Corpuz. Evans checks in. And Hoffman at the line. First shot's on the way. It's good. 68-40. Second shot on the way, and it's also good. 68-41, just under 43 to go. Buffaloes bring the ball down the floor. Radel with it, dribbling between the circles. Gets it over to Richards on the right side. To Evans down in the right corner. Back out high to Fremstead. And now it's to Moeller. Turnaround jumper in the paint is good. 70-41. Down the floor come the Vikings. Into the paint, Johnson gets it out to Yarrington. Puts up the three, and he hit it. Mason Yarrington with the three-pointer. Couple of seconds left, and there's your final score. The Mondovi Buffaloes 70, and the Vikings 44. We're going to have a little bit of wrap-up about this one. We will have a Viking post-game coming up in just a minute. We'll see if one of the coaches wants to come by and visit with us. We'll find out about that. Anyway, we'll give you the scoring totals and everything when it's all said and done. That's on Viking post-game, and that's coming up right after this timeout. You're tuned to Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
Hey world, I have a quick message. It's about safe driving. All right, let's go. Anytime you're driving, have the seatbelt buckled tight, both hands on the wheel and your phone out of sight. When not in your hand, trying to text somebody back, because if you do, your car might get smacked. The moral of the story, just put your phone down. The people on the road will stay safe and sound. Put your phone down, put your phone down. People on the road will stay safe and sound. Yeah.
Thank you for joining us for Colfax Viking Boys Basketball. This has been a presentation of the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. Stay tuned. Coming up next is Viking Post Game, where we'll take a look back at today's Viking game.
Time now for Viking postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Boys game. And now, Viking postgame.
And we're back out here in Mondovi, at Mondovi High School, where the Vikings just dropped a pretty tough one to the Mondovi Buffaloes by a score of 70-44. I'm looking over at our cameraman, Chris, and you notice how much longer the score is up on the scoreboard compared to when the girls came down here and won the game. But, yeah, they're going to keep that one up for a little while as they defeated the Vikings 70-44. I don't know. I'm hoping we get one of the coaches to come up here, maybe Coach Prince. I'd be really curious to find out if he feels as though the effects of a very physical game last night might have had some carryover effect in tonight. The Vikings just didn't appear like they had their legs tonight, and they appeared to be just a step slow, and the passes weren't connecting. And I don't know if that's the Vikings being a little behind or whether it's Mondovi playing some pretty awesome defense. Mondovi definitely came ready to play tonight, and that'll show up when we go through the scoring totals. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. We're going to take a real brief timeout and see if that encourages one of the coaches to head in our direction. And if it does, we'll have a talk with him. If not, I'll fill you in on the scoring numbers for tonight's game. So you're tuned to Viking Post Game on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You're tuned to the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. We use advertising revenue to make this service available to you. If you have a business and would like to get your message out to our ever-increasing audience, give us a call at 715-563-1749. We'll be happy to discuss our budget-friendly advertising packages with you. Get your business noticed on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV by calling 715-563-1749.
I tell my son, I love you every single day. I love you. Now, my dad has never said that to me. Not because he doesn't love me, but because culturally it wasn't comfortable for him. Now that he's a grandfather, he says, I love you to my son every time he sees him. My advice to all the fathers out there, forget the cultural restrictions. They grow up way too fast for you to waste even a single precious moment.
Back here at Mondovi High School, Rick Olson along with Chris Olson on the camera. Lynn Nigaman keeping the numbers for us, and speaking of the numbers, I've got them for you right here. We'll start out with the Vikings. They were led in scoring by Bryce Sikora and Elijah Ensminger. They each put up 10 points. Then came Nathan Hajdukovic with 9. He was followed by Tristan Lenz with 6. Mitch Medine picked up 5. And then 2 points each for Colton Hoffman and Nick Jensen. And that came out to 44. For the Mondovi Buffaloes, they were led by Evan Gray, who did not score in the second half. All his 18 points came in the first half. He was followed by Jared Faulkner, who put up 12, and Max Martin had 10, and I left Andrew Rudd out. He also had 14. We also had Dawson Rudd with 5, Ethan Evans with 6, Dustin Moeller with 2, Miguel Corpaz with 1, and Austin Remington with 2, and that all comes out to 70 points. So the final score, Mondovi Buffaloes 70 and the Vikings 44. Hey, I want to remind you, we've got more basketball coming up for you in about 45 minutes, or at least as close to that as we can. As soon as Dan can get things set up, we'll have same-day coverage of the Viking girls taking on the Altoona Railroaders. That'll all start right around 9:30, right here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So we'll leave the air after we're done here, and we'll come back at 9:30 with that game. I want to remind you also that you should join us here on the Northern Light Webcasting Network Thursday night, as the Viking girls will be hosting the Boyceville Bulldogs in a Dunn St. Croix Conference matchup. That's Colfax Vikings girls basketball on Thursday night. And then on Friday, we have the Viking boys taking the trip down to Durand to take on the Durand Panthers in a Dunn St. Croix Conference matchup. That's going to start with Viking pregame beginning at 6:55 p.m. By the way, that girls game also starts on Thursday at 6:55 with Viking pregame. Also, don't forget, the Bloomer Colfax Wrestling Raptors will compete in the Cloverbelt Conference Wrestling Tournament on Saturday the 5th, and that'll be at Cadott High School. I want to remind you that tonight's Colfax High School basketball game is brought to you by the Colfax Animal Hospital, Dairy State Bank, Anderson Bridges, Slayton's Technology, Pleasant Valley Properties, Aaron's Custom Baling, FitFam Nutrition of Colfax, and Kyle's Buff and Shine. Be sure to thank these fine sponsors for bringing you Colfax Viking basketball on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV. So for Chris Olson and Lynn Nigaman, this is Rick Olson. Final score once again, Mondovi Buffaloes 70, Vikings 44. You've been tuned to Viking Postgame on the Northern Light Webcasting Network and NLWN-TV.
You've been listening to Viking Postgame, a wrap-up of today's Colfax Viking Boys game. You can catch Colfax Vikings games by tuning in to any of the Northern Light Webcasting Network outlets. This has been a production of the Northern Light Webcasting Network.